Hey guys, it's David. I'm doing my dashing again today. I wanted to give you guys a real quick tip. I think I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past, but this can still help you out if you haven't already heard about it yet. But I just got done doing a drop-off. Today, actually, by the way, is Tuesday. I think it's like the 8th or something like that in August, somewhere around there. I'll have the date on the description of this video. Anyways, I just got done dropping off at somebody's house for a delivery. And when it shows the hotspots that you can go to, of course, it's got 3 different choices on there right now. And one of those choices is a pizza place that I've been to several times before in the past. And like every time I go there, it takes like 15 minutes to pick up the order because they're always that slow. Sometimes even longer than 15 minutes. So what I'm doing is I went ahead and paused my dashing right now. I went ahead and paused it on purpose so that way I can get closer to the hotspot I actually want to be at, because the pizza place I'm talking about, the hotspot area that was on there, was actually showing that it's closer to where I dropped off at than the other spot that I really want to go to. So more than likely that means that if order comes up, that means that I would have to most likely go to that pizza place because of that being the closest area to me where I was at. So to avoid all that, and I have to have that count against me as far as my acceptance rate, I went ahead and paused my dashing for right now. And right now I'm driving back to the actual hotspot where I actually want to be at, where I know it's a lot better because the orders there where I'm getting ready to go to are pretty much ready, already, on the spot, ready to go. If not, then just a very few minutes that I have to wait usually is the case. So that's the tip I wanted to give you guys, in case I haven't already said that in the past, which I think I have, but either way, it don't matter. If you're new to the channel and new to see my videos, it'll still help you out though. But it can make a big difference because, obviously time is money when it comes to what we are doing. We want to make sure that we're being the most efficient that we can with our time and making the most money that we can with the time that we have, because of course we only have so many hours in a day that we can do our deliveries. And so many hours too, in fact, that's going to be peak time as well too. And right now it's still peak time. I think it's like 1 something right now in the afternoon, because I'm doing my lunch shift first right now, and then I'll do the dinner shift tonight too as well. But you want to make sure, of course, that whether you're doing lunch or dinner and whatever the peak time is, you're still being the most efficient that you can though with your time, because that way you can make the most money though too as a result, because those 15 minutes adds up. And what is this guy doing? This dude seriously almost hit me. What the hell is he doing? I gotta pause this real quick. So I don't know what was up with that dude. He was in a Sprinter van, which a Sprinter van is usually like a work type van that people have, but we was all stopped at a stoplight, and luckily I stopped probably about at least a good half a car distance behind him, or if not a little bit more, because the guy started backing up for some reason. It was crazy. He just started backing up and almost hit me. If I hadn't hit my horn and let him know, he would have hit me. And I didn't know for sure if there was somebody behind me, so I didn't know for sure if I had enough time to back up or nothing, or enough either. So that was crazy. Dude straight almost hit me if I didn't honk on my horn and say something. And I don't know if it's because he was trying to get into a different lane or what, but all the lanes we was in on that one actually was turning right anyways. That was a right turning lane type of situation that we was in, so it didn't even make a difference. If he had to change lanes when he got into that right turn after we left, he could have did that. So there was no excuse for doing all that. I was about to, it takes a lot to get me mad, but I'll tell you what, I was about to get out of my car on that one, because there ain't no sense in somebody doing retardedness like that. And like I said, it takes a lot to get me mad, but I need my car. I need to be able to do my deliveries, and I need to be able to work. I mean, if I didn't have to work and was already, very well off, then yeah, he could have hit me and I could have got some money out of it for that matter. But right now, I still need to work. So if somebody's going to be messing with my car, then that means they're messing with my money right now. And that's not going to make me happy at all. But anyways, back on track, trying to get you guys some tips going with these videos on. There's something else I think I was going to say the other day. Can't remember now what it was, but obviously that could be a tip too. Definitely pay attention at all times when you're doing your driving. As you guys see when I'm making these videos, I might look at the thing once in a while, but you know, the majority of the time, I still got my eyes on the road. The majority of the time when I'm driving, you know, I'm making these videos, I still am trying to keep aware of what's going on around me and watching the road, because these guys out here sometimes are real idiots. Sometimes these guys out here do not know how to drive, and it's amazing sometimes trying to figure out how some of these guys got their driver's licenses, because you got to watch them. You got to watch these guys every single day, all day long, and you got to keep your head on swivel, because these guys will come at you with all kinds of directions, and they will run you over. They don't care. They, you know, most of the time are not paying attention themselves, whether they're texting or whatever it is that they're doing. And it's crazy, and it can be dangerous, of course, too, because, you know, I've seen accidents too. In fact, as I've been driving and been doing this job, I've seen it happen, and I've seen where accidents has almost happened as well too, because of people not paying attention. And most of the time is what it is people either texting, or they're just on their phone talking to somebody, or just really not paying attention at all. And it's ridiculous. It's stuff that can be avoided most of the time anyway. So definitely keep your eyes out though, guys, when you're doing this job at all times. But I think that's it for right now. If I think about some more tips today, which I probably will later on, you know, get some more clips done for this video, and try to get some more stuff done with this video for you guys and help you guys out some more. But I'm about to go ahead and get unpaused too as well, because I'm back in the area where I want to be now, and go ahead and get some more good orders going. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with you guys later on today. Hey guys, so I'm back again with another clip. I actually just found out something that you know, is another good tip for you guys. That should be to help you out sometimes. It would be probably a good idea to maybe once an hour to go ahead and hit the pause button on your orders, even if you don't need to do a pause. Normally people do pause, of course, if they need to use a restroom or something's going on. But it might be a good idea to go ahead and hit the pause, and then go ahead and hit resume again real quick if you don't have anything going on anyways, because you can that way sometimes still see what's going on. Because what happened is, I just did delivery, and I had to make a phone call because I had my son's mom had called me, and I told her I was going to go ahead and do that delivery and then call her right back. And then so that's what I did. So I hit pause, of course, so I could go ahead and call her. And then when I got done with the phone call, I saw on that screen, because it shows the information when you hit pause, that right now from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock there's a peak bonus going on. So it's an extra $1 per delivery, of course, for the peak bonus. And the thing is, if I had not hit pause, I would not have known that, because I started today at around 5 o'clock. Actually, it was like 5:15 when I actually clocked on today for dinner time anyways. As you guys know, I did lunch earlier today. But, which again, I don't know why they're even doing a peak bonus, because it's actually been kind of slow tonight, come to think about it. And that's kind of crazy, because usually Tuesdays are pretty busy in this area. But anyways, the point is that it would be a good idea to go ahead and do that sometimes, because that way you can still see what's going on, and see, you know, sometimes if they are going to have a bonus going on, because you'll be able to see the information screen. Obviously, you can hit the information screen anyways too. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't have to hit pause, but I'm just saying it sometimes couldn't hurt to do that type of thing, because either way you'll get to, you know, you'll be able to get to see it though. But another tip I wanted to give you guys is, when you're out at the restaurants, especially the ones that, you know, you can grab your own forks and spoons and stuff like that, don't be afraid to sometimes go ahead and grab an extra one or two. As you can see, I got a Ziploc bag here full of forks anyways. And don't be afraid to grab one or two extra ones each time that you go to one of those type of restaurants. And go ahead and put them in a Ziploc bag and save them, because if later down the line it comes up to the point where you didn't have one that was from a restaurant and you needed one, you can go ahead and grab it for the customer and still be good to go, still be just fine. And not only that, but you might have to come a time where you might need it yourself too, because about 2 weeks ago, I was at an amusement park in my area. It's called Kings Island, the one I'm talking about. But after that, well, not after that, actually, about the middle of the day, we left the amusement park, me and my son and his friend that was with that day, and we went to Taco Bell to go ahead and eat. Well, the Taco Bell that we went to, it turns out they didn't have any spoons or forks or nothing. So, and we ordered stuff that needed it. Like I ordered the pintos and cheese, and my son ordered Fiesta potatoes. And luckily, I still had one fork at the time that was in my bag in the car, so he was able to use that. But the other ones, I threw those out in the past because I didn't have them inside of a plastic bag or Ziploc or whatever. So instead of just keeping them around for a long period of time, I went ahead and threw them out. But now, of course, I've got Ziploc bags, and I can go ahead and keep them there for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might come a point where you might need it yourself as well too. So not only, would it be good to have one for the customers in case you need one, of course, but obviously, if you need one yourself, then you're still going to be good to go. So that's another tip on that. And like I said, of course, try to keep those inside a Ziploc bag, because that way it'll keep them clean and keep them, fresh or whatever. So that way, if you do need to use one, you still got a good clean fork or spoon or whatever it is you're going to use. I think that's about it though, as far as the tips I was going to tell you guys. Seems like there was something else I was going to tell you. I just can't remember now what it was. Oh yeah, I remember now. It's a real good tip too. If you guys, because this happened to me several times recently though, but if you guys get your screen that pops up and it says you got delivery, it says how much you're going to get, but it does not say the distance on there on the screen, then one thing that you can do, and it's not like it's foolproof, so don't get me wrong, it's still, might not be a perfect way to do it, but it can, help you out at least a little bit if you look at it like that, is that if it says the delivery time on there still, which obviously it will, for sure, that will give you an indication as far as how far the distance still is though, because like for example, if it's 6:30 right now in the evening time, if that's what it is right now, 6:30 in the evening, but it says you need to have that delivered though to the customer by 6:50, then you know that by the time you get there to the restaurant, and then by the time you get to the customer, that's not a real far of a distance, or at least it shouldn't be, is what I'm saying. In most practical terms, it should not be far of a distance. So that will still give you a pretty good indicator if you still want to take that delivery or not. I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily foolproof, but it still can give you a pretty good indication if you want to take it. I mean, obviously it's still up to you if you want to, take that risk or not, because it might be a long distance, you never know. But still, for me anyways, that's what I do. That's what I go by. But that's just another tip I wanted to give you guys real quick though. So that's it for this video. Make sure you hit the link in the description as far as the MCA2 Motor Club of America, and go ahead and sign up with that if you haven't already done so, because that will help you, especially with doing this type of job. There will come a time sometime where you will need to, for sure, have your car towed or have your car jumped. You might need to get some gas or whatever, and that means you're going to need some assistance, and that will help you out big time. So definitely join up with that link in the description area of this video. And like I said before too, you can also, of course, make some money as well too by referring people to that as well too. So if you guys got any questions or concerns at any time on doing the Doordash thing or the MCA thing or anything like that, or actually anything on my channel when it comes to making money for that matter, feel free to let me know, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. So that's it guys, thanks for watching, and have a great night.